Wow, what a group. Director, um, members of the LSE community, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, just in case, and most importantly, you, the scholars. How can you argue with what was said earlier, that the best investment is in the likes of you guys, having heard these incredible speeches by these three young people? You know, I applaud you. I graduated from this hallowed institution in the long, long year, 1978. Could you believe that? And in 1978, this was a very different place when you look at the fabric of the place. If you walk around campus, we didn't have the new library, like the old library for you guys. We had this one sort of sweaty little room down here. I'm sure some of you can remember that. We had to line up 3 in the morning to get a seat. It was unbelievable. A lot of people slept there just so they wouldn't give up their seats. It's remarkable. You now have the new academic building, which I was privileged to be at the opening of. Fantastic facility. You have the new student centre. I mean, there's something we could only dream of, and this is a fantastic facility by any standard. You have the new women's library, which has just come across, which has got a lot of publicity. Again, a tremendous asset for the school. So that is tremendous. But there are constants that the LSE represents. And what are those constants? First and foremost, academic excellence. This is an institution which I'm proud of, which I'm sure you'll be proud of, which really has something inherent in it, an iconoclastic approach, the questioning approach. It's a unique institution from that perspective, the ability to take the social sciences and apply them across a broad range of problems and have a unique aspect which is so welcome and so necessary in today's world. It's an outstanding international institution. We should never lose track of how well it is perceived internationally, more so and more valued than maybe it is at home. It's unique, I think, among institutions from that perspective. So there have been some changes, some good, unfortunately some bad. I'm a product of a system which you guys probably would never recognize. I was actually, believe it or not, paid by the government to come to the LSE. Can you believe that? They actually gave me money to come and study at the LSE. Those are different times, probably better times. I was on a full grant. My background wouldn't have allowed me to come here otherwise, but the system then allowed us to do that, allowed me access to this institution. So, okay, you say, so you had a big sort of leg up there, you had a great opportunity. Why are you here? Why are you doing it? Do you really know what we've gone through to be here? Well, the answer is yes, I have some inkling, because 6 or 7 years after graduating from here, I applied to the United States to do an MBA at one of the leading institutions. I got in, but then the question became, how do you fund it? So I did a lot of what I guess you guys did, scrambling around, looking at opportunities, asking yourself, asking myself, would I ever be able to afford to go there? Luckily enough, I did. I managed to get the money together, and I went to get my MBA from Wharton, fine institution, I may say. If any of you are thinking of going there, I recommend it highly. And that changed my life. But without the LSE, I would not have been there. So I owe 2 things. The LSE was vital for me to get there. So I do understand and relate to the stresses and some of the issues that you guys went through to come here. Just dwelling on the US for a while, I think the things we should learn from the United States, which I picked up when I was there. It's 2 things. It's the incredible ties that the alumni have with their alma mater. The United system, the system there means that whether you're from Harvard College, you're from Columbia, Princeton, wherever, you really identify that institution. We just don't identify that institutional in the abstract. You identify it with it, rather, in the concrete, and that means writing a check. We do not write checks in the UK for these institutions. There are not enough people writing checks to fund guys like you today. And that's something I passionately believe. The other thing I learned in the United States was the high regard the LSE was regarded with by other institutions. It is a world-class institution. Never ever forget that. So that experience and the opening introduction was, why have I become a donor? It was primarily because of that. Understanding the importance of money to achieve your dreams, and understanding what the Americans do better than we do, which is understand that the future of their institutions depends on attracting the brightest quality undergraduates to those institutions. The Harvards has this tremendous needs-blind admissions policy. They know that types of people that you represent, bright, aggressive, in the right sense, people are the future of that institution. And we should do everything to cherish that and do it. If you look around here, for every one person here, I'm told, there are 17 people who didn't make it, who didn't get funding. Just think of how much talent there is out there which still is not being nurtured, didn't have the opportunity that you guys have. That puts an onus of responsibility on you guys as well as to what you accomplish and what you do when you leave here. It's on you to prove that you really deserve this, and I'm sure you will prove us right, because this is a small part in your future journey. You guys have the potential to be incredibly successful. And when you get there, when you get to the end of that journey and when you look back, I think you should see that this institution provided that bridge between where you are now and where you no doubt will be. And remember that. And please, when you do that, think about what you can put back into the pot. I think that was a very important point. It's not about getting the money back, it's about you passing it on. So in future years, I hope that when you analyze what went right in your lives, you'll look into your hearts and you'll say, maybe I should give something back and I should be a donor in my turn and give something back to that pool. That's my earnest prayer for you guys. So anyway, I'm sure I'm running over, but I wish you all well on your journey. You've got a great journey ahead of you. I envy you that. I envy you the future. And I hope that God smiles on you and you achieve everything you've dreamt of. And really, that's about all I have to say. Thank you. One very quick point. If there are donors in here or potential donors who'd like to speak with me about why they should do it, then I'll be very happy to do that. So thank you.